Hello, how are you? My name is Alex Sandoval. I am the coordinator of the IMEF Indicator in Juarez, Mexico. And this is a report for the September indicator, which is showing that there's a generalized stop on the economy, or at least freezing of it. The manufacturing indicator grew 0.9 points in September, reaching 49.5 units. So this accounts for 6 continuous months on a level below the 50-point threshold. The trend grew 0.1 units to 48.6 units, and the adjustment on company size decreased 0.9 units, reaching 49.7 units. The 3 sub-indicators are showing a position below the threshold of 50 points. That's a contraction, and showing that it keeps being weak, the manufacturing sector. The non-manufacturing sector decreased 0.7 units to 49.4 units. That is reaching a contraction for the first time since January 2022. It was decreasing every month in the last months, but still kept over the threshold, and this month of September decreased from the threshold. The trend and the adjustment of company size both kept below the threshold. So the 3 indicators are showing a weakness on the non-manufacturing sector in Mexico, and both indicators, the trend, are showing this scenario of weakness being below the threshold and a continuous perspective of decreasing in the economic trend. On the sub-indicators for the manufacturing one, we have growth on new orders, production, employment, and inventory, and only a decrease in the delivery of production. That implies that there's a recovery, but not strong enough to become over the threshold of 50 points. And on the sub-indicators of the non-manufacturing one, they all went down: new orders, production, employment, and delivery. And to cross this data along the, remember the IMEF indicator is a national indicator, to infer what's happening in an economy like Juarez, Mexico, the border, the northern border, we have to see the ISM manufacturing indicator produced yesterday by the Institute of Supply Management. It showed no change compared to August, and kept in 47.2 units below the indicator for the 6-month or consecutive month. But also the previous one was the 7th month, an increase. But from there, since April 2020, it's been showing a very weak position, mostly during 2022 and 2023. But in general terms, the analysis shows that the economy keeps growing. So it's not a recession, but it's a weak growth. Now, what happens with the sub-indicators? New orders and production grew. Supply deliveries grew. Customer inventories grew. Backlog of orders grew, and only had decreases on employment, inventories, prices, new export orders, and imports. Specifically, we can talk about production and new orders, that the strong increase in production and the increase in new orders calls for the potential near future, in the short term, that will increase new orders for maquiladoras in Juarez. Secondly, the decrease in prices, which was strong decrease, 5.7 units, maybe could be considered a support to the Federal Reserve on their decision to decrease the interest rate. But if the price keeps going down in the following months, then it could become a problem on the weakening of the economy of the US. Anyways, the economy of the US is considered to be growing slowly, weak, and it should show for the Mexican economy in the near future, maybe in the following 3 to 6 months, an increase in the production of the manufacturing sector, specifically the maquiladora industry. That's a report up to now. Thank you very much for your attention. We'll keep in touch.